is Sunday, June 23rd. Mr. President Trump, sir, 4-star general, Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the United States of America. Kenny Jameson coming to you again. We haven't dispatched our National Guard military to the border in great numbers. 5,510 hotspots. It just isn't working. That's good that Mexico's stopping them at the southern border, but they're not helping us stop them at the northern border. How many people are flying into Mexico City and getting a bus, coming to the border, buying a four-wheeler and driving on in? 100,000 in 1 month, and we haven't dispatched the military? You don't need the Congress to dispatch the military. Anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what the problem is. The problem is the deep state. You need to have a state dinner, a banquet, and invite Obama, Hillary, Comey, all of the people that need incarcerated and held without bond because they're a flight risk. Halfway through the dinner, those big FEMA buses need to pull up, big prison buses, and they all need to be escorted onto the buses and taken to an Air Force base and held and interviewed individually until they sing, until they talk about how they've bribed congressmen and senators to get what they want. The deep state needs to get put on trial. And this needs to be a media blackout for national security, because there's some radical Democrats out there that would probably try to break them out of the prison. This is how crazy it's gotten. We know John Kerry needs to be at the dinner. Hillary and her aide that was a Muslim, her mother and brother were Muslim terrorists in England. We knew that. And she got up, the little wiener guy, who was his wife. They fixed him up with a Muslim woman. The 80,000 Muslims that are in Minneapolis that Obama gave them refuge up there, a lot of them need to be, Minnesota could take care of them. They're trying to keep track of the crime up there and throwing kids off of balconies at the mall and all kinds of other crazy, the 1020 gang up there. I guess you could give Minneapolis some federal assistance on making that a safer town. A lot of them are behaving themselves and have jobs and work. It's a very fine line here. In the meantime, you need to have that banquet. You don't have to have ICE, not ICE. The U.S. Marshals go arrest these people one at a time. They're so arrogant that if you had a state dinner and honored them, have a press dinner like the way they roasted you 5 years ago. And all of us know that's why you ran for president, because you had to take Obama down and his whole clan, his whole entourage, as they call it in Hollywood. Please, sir, for the sake of the United States, root out the evil. Have your Attorney General put a damn guest list together and get these people rounded up, and it's going to round up some of our Congress. It's sick. There's a sickness going on in the United States that we depended on you. That's why we elected you. Lock her up. Do you remember that? When we said build the wall, we meant secure the border. I don't care if it takes 1/10 of our military in the United States to be stretched out across that border. That's our biggest pet peeve. And then we could round up the 20 million that are here illegally, starting with the first million that are against court orders. Then we could go to the people that have overstayed their visas, and then we could go to the students that overstayed their visas. And since we did educate them, maybe we could keep some of them. But we've got to get them signed up with us. So we got to legalize them. It ought to almost be, if you've got a doctorate or at least a master's degree, you get automatic citizenship. Your student loans are forgiven. And you could even, I don't know, bring your parents over. How's that all going to work? We only want to keep the smart. That sounds like something Hitler would do. Ooh, we got to be careful there. We don't want history to repeat itself. I say stay in your own country, get educated. There's a lot of smart kids in this country that they don't come from a well-to-do family to get started in college. On the same token, there's a lot of well-to-do families that their kids aren't college material. They had to pay $10,000 to a helper to get them into college. They need to become a welder, electrician, or plumber, or their parents could just take care of them on that. I'm off track. Sir, have a state dinner. Invite Obama, Hillary, Loretta Lynch, Comey, John Kerry. You get those, and have them invite their friends. Where are the bank regulators checking the money out that these people are depositing in banks from foreign countries? It's on the news. Most of us are going to go, it's about friggin' time. That's enough for today. Let's get these people picked up and held because they're flight risk. And let's do some recorded interviews let them expose the deep state. And by God, it won't take but a couple of weeks of confinement and they'll start throwing people under the bus. Thousands of them that are socialist, fascist, wannabe communists in the United States. This is worse than the communist hearings back in the 50s. This cancer it's going to kill us if you don't get surgery and cut them out. Cut those people out of our society. John Kerry, he shouldn't be allowed to leave the United States. And personally, I think Henry Kissinger ought to go down too. I never have like that damn paperclip Nazi damn guy. How'd he get into our government? Jeez. Let's go deep. Go deep and hard, sir. Clean it up. You're the president. This is the crisis. And then from there, the Congress will start cooperating because they don't want to not cooperate under national security. What side of the fence are they on? Thank you, sir. Happy 4th of July coming up. Let's see this happen. That'd be a good time to do it if you could coordinate it that quick. Do it for the 4th of July. God bless America if our president will stand up and clean up the sickness that's in this country. Bye.